So I don't know if you guys heard the news. I know it was on Tucker Carlson this last week. But the Democrats, it says even, I think that the title of Tucker Carlson's video on YouTube was "Democrats have decided to replace Biden." I don't know if you've seen that YouTube video, but it is got some significant information. I think Biden at one point in the video gets lost in the White House. He's moving through a crowd and he doesn't know where he's going, turns around, looks for his wife. There was another scene where he and Obama had an interaction and he's trying to get Obama's attention and Obama's like totally ignoring him. And then at one point in the clip it says Biden's up there giving a speech and he says, "Yeah, when my wife was in the White House and she and Michelle Obama were working together when she was the vice president." And I was like, wait, what? Did he just say his wife was the vice president? It's just like there's some crazy stuff going on in the White House. What do you guys thoughts, feelings, or what else do you want to add to that?
Well, my initial thoughts were, and he's not going to be around for much longer, it's the difference between left and right, because technically there's no left and right, in my mind, in my view, it's two sides of the same coin, two wings of the same bird, right? But the, previously, and I'm not good about talking about politics, but previously when Trump was in the, in the White House, they would pick apart every single little thing he did, right? And now these things are happening and the right doesn't say anything, they say nothing about it, and not that I'm hearing, right? So I don't know if that's called hypocrisy or what, but it makes no sense to me. Nothing's happening. I mean, Trump, let's impeach him, impeach, at the drop of a hat. What's happened with Biden? I mean, everything's coming about around about his son, and his relationship with in Ukraine and with all that dirty business, and nothing's happening. So that's what stands out to me is like, man, it's the left and the right are the same bird.
Yeah, it's one group. In our nation, it's not, but in our government, it is, right? And not to get too deep in politics, but it's kind of funny because Biden doesn't know if he's president or vice president or what. This last week, Obama gave a speech and he introduced Biden as Vice President Biden. And then Biden came up on stage and introduced himself as Vice President Biden. And then a couple days ago, by the time you hear this, it's been a little longer, Psaki in a press conference talked about this is the Obama administration.
What?
Who's running this show? Like, come on, like, oh my goodness, it's just insane.
Well, they've got to drop their little mistakes here and there to kind of actually advertise the truth of what's going on. Yeah, I don't believe that any of these politicians go out and say anything that's not planned. It's not scripted, right. It's all on purpose. It seems like it's not, and Biden does go off. It seems like he does go off and goes off the teleprompter, from time to time. But for me, I just take it again. I'm very pessimistic that way, and it's to me it looks all planned, and I haven't formulated all my theories behind it yet, but it's nefarious, is what it is.
When Biden gets up there and says at the end of his speech, he says, "I'm only supposed to take questions from you and you, or they tell me I'll get in trouble if I answer this question or that question." Like, he's the president of the United States. What he's supposed to be the leader of the free world, so to speak, and yet he's got this.
Taking it. Well, you heard when he got his booster, right? His second booster. He's like, "Why are we doing this on stage?" You can hear him say that. Why? Wow. Yeah, exactly. It's. I don't have much more to say. Well, then you have
to add in all the other stuff going on with the laptop.
Oh, it exists.
He may be the big guy, right? Well, if that's the case, there needs to be some serious action taken. Mm-hmm, and that could be they're finally letting that out so they can get rid of him. There's so many different theories out there. And without getting crazy, I didn't bring my tinfoil hat. I need to make one of those for the show. Right. But without getting like too obscure, there's so many things going on right now globally, nationally, and locally. It's easy for all of us to get lost in the weeds and lost in the shuffle and not really know what's going on, because nobody really wants you to know. I mean, was it 2014 that that Obama actually made it legal for the media to lie
Mhm.
and to propagandize. He made it legal. Well, if he signed that into law, he just basically acquitted them of any crime historically, as well as going forward. And so we need to distrust the media because they don't have to tell the truth. If it supports a government rule and what they want to do, they don't have to tell the truth.
Yep.
So why are we getting into all this? Well, it's hopefully to help you, the listener, and us to continue forward doing what is right, focusing on your relationship with God, your family, and improving and strengthening your community, getting better prepared, staying focused on what's important and not getting lost in the media or social media or all the things that are there in our lives designed to distract us.
Mm-hmm. Another thing that these guys are all notorious for is the old order. I think it's called order ab chaos, or order out of chaos. And then they problems, what they do, reaction, problem, reaction, solution.
Problem, reaction, solution. They create the problem. They've already got the solution.
Right? And so they
prepared.
They keep going with that. And that's where bringing it home to preparing is that it's a perfect example, in my opinion, that when the country felt like we needed a strong leader, we want somebody to lead us, somebody to kind of do it for us, get rid of the swamp, clean out the swamp. And we all looked to Trump for that kind of a reaction or that kind of a resource. Well, Trump did his best, but he was, coming up against the wall all over the place. And he's out of office now. And what are we realizing? At the end of the day, it comes back to each one of us being self-reliant. The only person that we can count on to lead us out of or into wherever we want to go is ourselves. And we have to be prepared. And it's a big job. It's overwhelming sometimes. We do need to be more involved politically. We need to be more involved with our spirituality. We need to be more involved with our physical preps. We need to learn different skill sets to figure things out. Do we have to be an expert? No. But I feel like we need to go back to what we talked about in the very first episode or second episode was being, you don't have to be a master of all your trades, but you have to at least be, well enough versed in several of them that you can be a resource. And I feel like it really is proving the point of self-reliance with everything that's happening in the world. And we can't trust our leaders, and obviously. And so we got to learn how to trust ourselves and become more self-reliant and trust each other.
And that should be a red flag for anyone who is watching the media, listening to anyone in general. If they are leading you away from being self-reliant or self-sufficient, that's not possible to be completely self-sufficient. But if they're taking you away from that purpose, that red flag, red light in your head should go off. Like, they want me to take a check. They want me to join their system. They want me to go get a loan, go out and sell, or go out and support the economy and spend some money, right? Like that's all counter to self-sufficiency, self-reliance. It's groupthink. And to an extent we have to have community. We have to have some thought of our community, our neighbors. But when the community is more important than the individual, big red light should be going off. So that's my 2 cents there.